Hello and welcome. My name is Fe Rye. Today we are going to be talking about the importance of B vitamins, where to get them from your food sources, what will happen if you don't and you have a deficiency in certain B vitamins, and of course at the end we'll talk about supplementing, where you're just not eating the right types of food to get all those B vitamins that you need. So B vitamins are essential for energy, brain health, metabolism, vitality, mental and emotional health. And they are water-soluble nutrients that must be consumed daily through our diet or through supplementation. B vitamins are critical to how the body uses energy from food, and they play a role in maintaining mental and emotional balance. So as you can see, they're very, very important. And when we're not eating the right types of foods to get the variety of the B vitamins that we need for metabolic functions, for our body to function well, then we will start to see some issues happening. Let's start with the first of our Bs. So thiamine, or B1, supports the energy, metabolism and nerve function, which is obviously very important. And we get our B1 vitamins from whole grains, pork and legumes. The deficiency symptoms of not consuming enough B1 are fatigue, weakness, irritability, depression, nerve damage, sometimes the tingling and the numbness, and also muscle wasting. So B1, very, very essential for all of those areas, and we definitely want to make sure that we're eating some of those foods. Whole grains particularly, and legumes are great if you are a vegetarian or vegan, because they have such a great source of B1. So riboflavin is the next kid on the block, and vitamin B2 is really important for energy production, antioxidant protection, and we're going to get that from dairy, eggs and leafy green vegetables like this beautiful cabbage on our slide today. If you are a vegetarian or a vegan, you do need to make sure that your dairy alternative has got some of these Bs in it. So that's a really important thing to watch out for. Deficiencies of B2 will show up as cracked lips, corners of the mouth where you might get some cracking, an inflamed tongue, sometimes eye irritation, light sensitivity, so very sensitive to light, and also some skin disorders. Dermatitis is very much associated with a vitamin B2 riboflavin deficiency. Niacin is next, vitamin B3, and niacin is extremely important for DNA repair and also for metabolizing our cholesterol. We're going to get niacin from our food sources through poultry, fish and fortified cereals if you are on a vegan or vegetarian diet. Now, if you are again on that fortified cereal, taking those in for your B3 supplementation through a fortified cereal, just really checking the levels of making sure that whatever you're taking as a cereal has definitely got what you need. Now, the deficiency symptoms for lack of B3, fatigue, again, that's popping up, poor appetite, so just really not feeling hungry. Skin inflammation pops up again here for B3, but especially if you're exposed to sunlight and you have a reaction to that. Digestive issues, nausea and diarrhea is very, very common with a B3 deficiency. Also, mental confusion and irritability. So when we think of mental confusion, often we are going to associate that with our older populations. So it's making sure that they are getting poultry and fish and those fortified cereals into their diet, or again, some form of supplementation. So something to watch out for the older people in your life. Next on the list is B5, or pantothenic acid. Now, this is essential for energy production and very important for hormone synthesis. So this is really important when we're going through those hormonal changes, either as an adolescent or later in life for women with peri and postmenopause. So B5 is really, really important for that hormone synthesis, making sure that it comes along. But it's important for all people, just probably a little bit more important at those stages of life. We're going to get our B5 from avocados, mushrooms, and chicken. You can imagine that all on a pizza, right? So this is where we want to make sure that we're getting enough of these. And if you've got a fussy eater in your house who won't eat avocados and mushrooms, really looking at, the fact that they need energy production, and we all do, but also that hormone synthesis. Now, if they are low, or if you are low in B5, you might be headachy, fatigued, irritable, restless, muscle cramps, so that we often associate that with magnesium, but it can also be pantothenic acid, and also tingling or numbness in the hands and feet. Pyridoxine is next, a vitamin B6. Very, very important for our neurotransmitter production and psychological function. So this is really, really important. Bananas, chickpeas, and tuna. This is where we're going to find our B6. So getting a banana into your smoothie is a great way to do it. Chickpeas and tuna on your salad. Just finding ways to get these 3 important food sources into your diet so that you don't have a deficiency in B6. Now, what does that look like? Depression, again. Irritability, again. Confusion, again. Anemia, weakened immune function. Cracks at the corner of the mouth, once again, pops up here for B6. So these are the things that will pop up for you if you are not getting enough B6 in your diet. The next one of our B superheroes is B7 biotin. So if you've been looking around in the supplement aisle, you'll notice there's a lot of biotin is now very popular in the supplement line, just isolated. And this is important because for hair, skin, and metabolic health, we can get B7 from our diet from egg yolk, nuts, and soybeans. So this works really well for our vegan vegetarian who love their nuts and their soybeans. But for those who are not on a vegetarian diet, you need to make sure that you're getting some of those, but also the egg yolks. Okay, very important for your B7. So what if we don't have it? Well, hair, skin, and nails. So our hair will thin. We will have hair loss. We could get a red scaly rash around the eyes, nose, and mouth. Fatigue and depression pop in once again in this B vitamin. The tingling in the arms and the legs is also another common factor that happens when we are deficient in B7. So hopefully you're seeing a bit of a pattern as we move along these B vitamins, but without them, we're just not going to function. B9, folate. Folate is critical for our DNA synthesis and also fetal development. So this is a very important requirement that we need when we're thinking about becoming pregnant or breastfeeding. We need to ensure that we are getting enough folate, and the requirement for folate increases during that phase of life. The other people who should really consider folate is people with a malabsorption level, someone perhaps with celiac disease, making sure that they are getting enough B9 for that DNA synthesis as well. Alcohol dependence, B9 can sometimes be something that you are deficient in, so it's important to make sure that you are getting B9. And also there are some medications out there that are antagonists for B9. They don't let you change or develop your own folic acid to folate. So if you are taking any medications, just check with your doctor or get out Dr. Google, or read the pamphlet that comes with your medications to see if you are requiring extra B9. Now generally your GP is going to tell you while you're on this, I want you to be eating more leafy greens, or I want you to look at a B9 supplement, and it's really important that you do. So they are the key things for our amazing friend B9 folate. So here we are at the end of the road of our B12 vitamins for today's presentation. B12, cobalamin. Now cobalamin is supporting our nerve health, very important, and also red blood cell production. So we're going to get vitamin B12 from our meat, dairy, and from those fortified plant milks, because it really is coming from those animal sources. Now, a deficiency in B12 Once again, fatigue and weakness and numbness and tingling in the hands and feet are going to come up, but also balance issues, memory loss, and confusion. So this is really important for our vegan vegetarians who are not consuming meat or dairy, making sure that your fortified plant milks do have the B12 in them, and also looking at supplementation if meat and dairy are not part of your regular daily diet. So before we wrap up on our B vitamins, I just wanted to reiterate the importance of those B6, B9 and B12 particularly, because they are critical for producing neurotransmitters like serotonin and dopamine, the feel-good neurotransmitters that we want in our body. We've spoken about fatigue, we've spoken about skin issues, we've spoken about cracked lips and cracked corners of our mouth, hair loss. So I'm hoping that you can see how important those B vitamins are, because they are supporting the nervous system. They're supporting so many of our metabolic functions. So let's have a quick look at how Juice Plus supports B vitamin supplementation. So if you haven't been introduced to the Juice Plus products before, they really are designed to bridge that gap between what we are eating and what we know we should be. Because if we've been talking along these lines, and I've been talking about where these food sources are, and you know that they're not in your diet, then definitely supplementation is something that is worth considering. And when we look at the Juice Plus range, we have our Juice Plus fruit, veg and berry essentials, which support immune health. But I want to talk about the powders first, because our Juice Plus Complete and Perform products deliver important B vitamins, and they support energy, metabolism, recovery, and performance in that convenient way. So they're ideal. Perform actually will give you 25 grams of plant-based protein per serve, and it is soy, and as we've heard along the journey here today, soy is very important for us, and it's including vitamin B6, B9, folate, and B1 vitamin. Complete, which comes in yummy French vanilla or Dutch chocolate, you can't go wrong there, contains B1 niacin, B3, B6, and B12, and it is actually giving you 13 grams of protein per serving. Not all soy, we have a blend of plant-based soys. And as I mentioned, our essentials, and they provide a source of vitamins A, C, E, and vitamin B9. So if you are considering along this journey that we've been on today that you might need to either change your diet, up level your diet so that you're getting sufficient vitamin B, or perhaps you could look at supplementation, please reach out to the person that shared this video with you. They can certainly help you find what you're looking for in relation to the Juice Plus products and supplementing with vitamin B. So to finish today, I just want to thank you for joining me along this journey of to be or not to be. I hope that this has been insightful for you, and perhaps you can take some information out of here to make some tweaks to your diet to make sure that you are getting all these very, very important B vitamins into your diet. Thank you so much for joining me. I look forward to seeing you on our next wellness webinar.